Welcome to the Celebrate Brave podcast, a podcast for women in and around the tech industry. Every week, we dive into the conversations, frameworks, and best practices to help you stress less, work less, and earn a lot more. My name is Nicole Steinbach, your host and the International Bravery Coach for Women in Tech. Let's go. Hello there, Women in Tech, and welcome. This is us kicking off the third and final part of the Build Your Brave framework, accountability. Now, season 3 is so rich with a dive into the Build Your Brave framework. So if you missed that holistic overview episode, make sure you catch that one. There are 3 parts of the Build Your Brave framework. Really quickly, clarity. I set clear, specific goals and share them with people around me. Momentum. I spend just as much time feeling my way to success as I do working towards it. And accountability, what we're kicking off today. I choose who I want to become and do the work to become her. So, this episode, accountability, is for you. It's for you if you are feeling overworked, if you're feeling directionally or in the burnout, if you are feeling over emotional. What I mean by that is you're having, rage outbreaks, or you're weeping in the bathroom at work, like I did for many, many times. Or if you're feeling trapped. And last but not least, we know this is especially true for women. If you have this feeling or this belief that everything rests on you, buckle up. We're going to change it all. So, what is the solution? The solution is to get very, very, very clear on what accountability actually is and what it is not. In this podcast, I've covered a lot of things we've been taught, we've been indoctrinated with that just aren't true. And that's where we're going to start with this one as well. So many of us have been taught that accountability is accountability over others, accountability of others. We hear very, very often, hold them accountable. You got to hold them accountable. You got to set KPIs so that you hold them accountable. You got to have deadlines so you hold them accountable. That is not accountability. It's governance, it's follow through, it's management, it's leadership, it's parenting, it's healthy relationship boundaries for sure. But it's not accountability. That's control. What accountability truly is accountability of self. I hold myself accountable to my values, my boundaries, my deliverables, my agreements, my beliefs, my goals, and so forth. If you get nothing else out of this entire podcast, I want you to at least allow the idea that accountability is not control. Accountability is for yourself. Now, there are many other parts of the Build Your Brave framework that help us have crucial conversations. There'll be an entire episode about that coming up. In evaluation and spider networking and setting SMART goals and having a career board of directors or a board of advisors. There's a negotiation framework. There are so many aspects within the Build Your Brave framework that follow in accountability But the most important mindset here, the most important piece, have I said it yet that it's the most important piece? Is that you embrace and then embody, act like you understand you are only ever accountable of and for yourself. Imagine a reality where you no longer need to control other people. Imagine a reality where you come back over and over again to your values, your goals, your agreements, your boundaries. Imagine what that would change and how much you work, how much you stress, how you spend your time, how you don't spend your time. Accountability, redefine it, allow it, embrace it, and embody it. I have a really advanced concept that I work with many of my clients through called the accountability triangle. And it basically comes down to each situation my client struggles with feeling overworked or having very strong emotional responses when they feel that everything sits on them. We work through what actually belongs to you. Many times we start with the circles of control. There's also a podcast episode about that. We get clear on what they actually control, what they actually influence, what they actually are of concern. And then we map it into their relationship. Sometimes it's with their partner, their spouse. Sometimes it's with their manager. Sometimes it's with, if they're in project management, maybe it's a work stream lead. If they're in development, maybe it's a scrum master or a fellow developer. And get really, really clear what truly belongs to them, what truly belongs to someone else. Because remember, accountability is for self. It's not controlling other people. It's not micromanaging. It's not taking away that other person's opportunity to succeed, to fail, to learn, to be accountable to and for themselves, right? And then inside of the accountability triangle, which is pretty advanced, once they're clear, this is my piece, that's their piece, then understanding what the full dynamics are. But you can't use anything like that until you truly understand what accountability is and what it is not. When you truly embrace and embody what accountability is, to quote one of my clients recently, she said, "Magic just happened." Here are some of the results that my clients experience when they stop controlling other people, when they stop micromanaging, and they start being accountable to themselves. You ready? They work a lot less. They stop doing other people's jobs. Other people start doing their jobs, their own job. The kids help more at home because they have a chore chart, they have a set of expectations, and then they are permitted to have their natural consequences. With one of my clients, when she stopped trying to control her husband and was accountable to herself, they started having more sex. That's pretty damn cool. Other results, they earn more because they live in their value and they hold themselves accountable for being paid their value. And so they act like it. They set a SMART goal. They work with their board of advisors. They interest interview. They go into negotiations. They ensure that their interviews are actually conversations driven towards outcomes. That's the interview to outcome framework. Once you actually live into accountability to, of, and for yourself, you will, with greater ease, in less time, become who it is you truly want to be, which means you will stress less, you'll work less, and you will earn more. Try it on for size. I am going to guess there's going to be a lot of questions about this concept. I would love to hear them. Nicole at tricksteinbach.com. Drop me an email. And until next week, brave it up. Hey, before you go, our fellow women in tech really need these insights. So do them a favor, pop on over and leave a rating and a review on your favorite podcast platform. Help them find the Celebrate Brave podcast. All right, thanks a bunch. Until next time, brave it up.